Well, I'm glad to hear that. It just seems whenever we delve into different processes or a more holistic approach, Europe comes up a lot. NLP was developed here in the United States by some fantastic practitioners, but it's actually in Britain that it's really used a lot. A lot of people here in the United States may not know neurolinguistic programming, but you go to Britain and it's all over the place. So I hope that that's crossing the ocean more and more. So I've read some different things and talked to some different people about vibrations and raising frequencies, and the higher the vibration, the better feeling, the kind of higher you are on the emotional scale of good feelings.
Right.
How do you raise frequencies?
Through the biofeedback program. It does do that naturally. So it's raising the frequency, and what happens is when your frequency gets raised, your boundary settings get better. So one of the very first things that I recognized in people when I started this about 6 years ago was they would come to me and they would say, you know, my mother-in-law used to really bug me, but she's not doing that anymore. And I was able to have dinner with her, and it was really nice. And so I would hear those comments, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. And I noticed that in myself, too. So what it's doing is raising the energy or the frequencies in your DNA. And we know we can change our DNA with our thoughts.
Absolutely.
So that's been proven. And so there is sort of a trivector in DNA panel on there that I do in my anti-aging group. And so when you're raising the frequencies of people, then the negative stuff can't come in anymore.
Fantastic.
And that's what I love to do. So again, it's kind of allowing people's gifts to shine.
Gifts to shine,
Gifts to
and
shine.
if one person's frequency is raised, then they're able to help more people and teach them, and I think it's just fantastic work that you're doing. Yes. Absolutely fantastic. In a really wonderful and new way. And so you talked about the anti-aging group, and you talked about your ADHD group?
Yes.
Do you have any other groups?
Yes, I've done 2 weight loss groups now.
Ooh.
And those have worked really well too, because the computer does have all that in it as well. So you can do adipose tissue dissolve and addiction therapy and all the sort of weight loss things that you need to do, as well as giving the nutrition that someone needs. And that has been just fabulous. People lost like 23 pounds in a month. And have kept it off. And what I like about it is I've also done some teaching with that too. So I combine it with a plan. And we would meet once a month in my office. And then the rest of the work was that subspace work. So people would only have to commit to coming to a meeting once a month. And then the rest of it was just doing some of the plan on their own and then receiving those frequencies to raise their frequencies. So it just worked beautifully. It was great.
Wonderful. And I also noticed when I was there and I was on the machine, that the machine makes suggestions, and then you check it out with the client about supplements or different things that can help them. So you not only work on the emotional body, the electrical body, you're working with the physical body as well as any things that they may need in naturopathic medicine. So would you tell me, I saw just bottles and tinctures and things all over the place. It was very, very cool.
Yes.
What kinds of things that you have there for people?
I have both herbs and homeopathic remedies, so I have and nutrition. So we have a variety of things, and again, these are things that I found along the way that has helped myself and my family. And then just through a lot of research, I do a lot of Hannah Kroger's work. Hannah Kroger was like the grandma of natural medicine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she started the first health food store in Boulder in the 50s.
Oh, wow.
So I think it was probably maybe the first health food store in the country.
Oh,
and she would go around the country and teach other people how to help themselves be healthy. And so I love her techniques and I teach her work. So I have a lot of her herbs. So I have Hannah Kroger's work and Hannah Kroger's herbs in my clinic, as well as Dr. Nelson's homeopathic remedies and several other lines as well. And I'm just picky. I'm really picky about what people need. Right. Not everybody can take, XYZ bottle,
right,
or whatever, and you just have to be really aware of that. And it's not about the money. It's not about making sure that they have a multiple vitamin, which I don't think necessarily helps many people, but it's really an individualized plan.
I really saw that because every time that something may have come up, you muscle tested me to see if I actually needed it. And if my body said I didn't need it, then you just put it down, you went on. I thought, wow, real deal here. It was like, does Brandolyn need this? Little muscle test here? No, okay, you don't need that. Moving on. I was like, wow. So, and the things that I did get, I like again, I said, I feel exceptional.
Good.
So thank you
Yay.
so much, Louise, for coming in and talking to us today.
welcome.
Mitch and I are fans. You're doing fantastic work. You have a wonderful website. It's Albuquerque.
It's abqnaturalhealthcenter.com.
abqnaturalhealthcenter.com. And Mr. Mitchell will put it up right there for us.
Okay.
And your phone number, ma'am.
Phone number is 797-0540. Of course, that's area code 505.
And do you have any closing thoughts for us today?
Yes, if I've learned anything the last few years here, it seems like what comes up for people more often than not. And it doesn't matter what their issue is. It doesn't matter if they stub their big toe or they have cancer and everything in between. The path of healing is just really following your intuition and trusting it.
Thank you so much, Louise.
Oh,
It was a
thank you.
pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
And thank you for
Thank you.
a wonderful session. Oh, I loved that interview with Louise. It was so wonderful. She's such a great practitioner. She's a great naturopathic doctor.
I love when people really have such a great understanding about what they do on so many different levels. I could, after that little interview we ran and just as out of curiosity, I got a little session from her.
You did?
And I was just amazed at when she was doing, at the end, all the numbers and the codes and rearranging everything. It blew my mind. I almost go into trance just watching people do what they do when they're so, brilliant at it.
Right.
So she was just putting me into trance by everything she was doing, and the computer and the program was amazing.
Isn't that pretty amazing? I heard a little bit of your session, and the cool thing about it was entirely different than mine. So I know it's not just like, bloop, bloop, this comes up, and you were having the same reaction that I was having, like, oh my God, how does it know that? Yep, that's right, that nailed it.
I know, it was really, I kept looking at it going, that's me, how does it know that? So I thought that was really cool. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. And one of the things I loved about that, Brandy, is we've had so many different people on with so many different modalities, and it just comes down to energy and thoughts. It comes down to easy. There's so many different ways to change our thoughts, to change our life, to switch our physiology, to be brilliant at exams. We can really change anything. We can recreate our entire life, and there's so many fun ways to do it.
Absolutely. Check out our website. We have links to Louise's website, as well as many other of the practitioners we've interviewed. You can reach us at itsyourmindthatmatters.com. And once again, we really want to say a big thank you to Louise Swartzwalter of the Albuquerque Natural Health Center. So thanks, Albuquerque. Thanks, New Mexico, for watching, and have a wonderful night.
Have a great weekend. Thank you.